Huddle up, everyone. Now, in today's video, we are going to be going over the best mock draft to do while you're practicing for your fantasy football league. All major fantasy football sites have a mock draft system. NFL, Yahoo, ESPN, etc. But those mock drafts can take up a lot of time. So this mock draft simulator is actually only going to take you minutes to do mock drafts. It's very beneficial to do this because let's say you want to try a different draft position or you want to try a different draft strategy, such as going running back wide receiver or wide receiver running back in the first 2 rounds. Or let's say you want to figure out when you can get your sleepers or how you want to build your overall team. Now it's on the Fantasy Pros website, which is the Fantasy Football Mock Draft Simulator. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull this up so that you guys can see on my screen what I'm looking at. Now we're on the Fantasy Pros site. We'll go ahead and click this right here. Now I'm going to go ahead and set up to what my league normally is. It's standard, season, snake, basic. These setups are pretty much exactly how I would have it. Now you can put premiums, or you can get a premium thing here and do keepers. That's up to you. This is not a sponsored video. I don't have anything with Fantasy Pros, no affiliation or anything, but if you guys want, you guys can do that for keepers. I'm not gonna do a pick clock because I don't want that. I want to go as fast as possible with this. So I'm gonna hit start draft. Now, when I'm on here, you'll see it loads up real quick. The draft is gonna start immediately. I'm not gonna take a tour, I don't need that. Click that out of there. Okay, so it's gonna start right away. Now, when it goes from here, boom. Here's my picks right here. Okay, so it shows who experts say what's the best, and it gives you the top 4. It shows you the top players over here. You can categorize it by position: running back, quarterback, wide receiver, etc. You can also look at the people that got drafted beforehand. So we know McCaffrey went first, Barkley, Elliott, Michael Thomas, Dalvin Cook. Now I'm going to go with the big man, Derrick Henry. We're going to pick him, and then we'll see how fast it goes. And then about 10 seconds later, we see who got picked where. And now, okay, it's off of mine. Now, one thing is that you will notice, we'll go to the cheat sheet, is it doesn't just draft in order of whatever is the best overall. So like over here, it still left, Galladay, Kittle, and Drake. It didn't just go straight down the line. Like it's just a basic automated system. It actually tries to go off suggestions of building a correct fantasy roster, which is really nice. So I love having this cheat sheet over here. We'll go back to the suggestions. And you can stay on cheat sheets. So like, let's say I want to stay here. I can click on this person, take a look at their stuff, read about them, and draft them. So let's go ahead. We'll just lock up Kenny Galladay. Boom. Look, first 2 rounds are done, and I've only spent about 60 seconds on this board so far. Really nice to have. So I'll go ahead back to suggestions. Okay. Now, let's say you're a guy like me, and you love tables, right? I love tables. I love tables almost as much as the Dudley boys. But we'll go to the draft board here, and we'll see this, and it gives you a good visual. I love having color-coded stuff on here. I love running backs. I love being able to see how they're blue, wide receivers are orange. I mean, it's just, I really like this factor. So if you want to see this, this is great. You can also do it by roster, see who's drafted what. But we'll go back to here. Now, I think a pick predictor is also a premium thing. I don't have that as well. We'll go back to suggestions. Like I said, we can go over here, see who was picked before us. I'll go ahead and click the next one. All right, get Mark Andrews. So now let's say, okay, we've already got this started. We want to see on how we're looking so far besides just looking at the cheat sheet. We want to keep an eye on this. We'll go over here to roster. We'll click that, and boom, we can see these guys over here. So this is my roster so far. I got Mark Andrews, Galladay, Henry. All right. So we'll go ahead over to here. This is something I really like. Is they also have just, you can base off the projections of what they're going to do. You can also do strength of schedule. Now, strength of schedule is something I think is nice to have on here because, it does give you a slight hint. But the thing is teams change every year, so it's harder and harder to go off strength of schedule. I mean, look at the Rams. They were Super Bowl year before, and they were terrible last year. So we'll go ahead. We'll take more, and then we'll go ahead and let it play through. And let's say, you did this, you messed up your thing. We'll just go ahead. We'll go undo that last pick. And I don't have to restart my whole draft again. I'll just go back and draft Jonathan Taylor. That is one of the coolest things is how they have an undo button over here. Now, or I can restart the whole thing. Doesn't matter. But I'll just go ahead, I'll back to DJ Moore. I just wanted you guys to see that. That's a really cool feature that they have here. Now, hopefully you guys end up loving this. I think it's absolutely phenomenal to have. And look, we're already in round 5, and we've been doing this video for only like a few minutes now. It's great. I highly recommend using the mock draft simulator from Fantasy Pros. Now, I wouldn't use just this draft simulator. On the day before your actual draft, I would do a mock draft on the preferred site that you have and go ahead and see where the value lies or where everybody's ADP is at. In the summer, the mock draft boards are going to change drastically. So if you try to draft in June and then don't do it again until your real draft in September or late August, you're going to have a completely different outcome. You got to make sure that you're paying attention to what real live people are doing. So doing the simulator is good, but it's not as great as an actual mock draft, so you can see where people are reaching. Because an ADP for somebody could say 10th round, but really they're going in the 7th or even the 6th. That happens every year. So make sure before your main draft, you do an actual mock draft to help give you a better realization of where your players are going to be drafted. You guys, if you like the video, hit that like button or subscribe down below. Leave a comment if you have a question, and I'll see you in the next huddle. Ready?